Alright, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, we're talking about the good old TransX dropper post. But before we get into today's video, if you're new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that little bell icon right next to that way you get notified every time I upload, that we don't miss any of this awesome cycling content. So on to the video here, all about the TransX dropper post, also known as the cheapest dropper post out there. So, first off, I'm going to start with today's updated review on this dropper post. So I bought this dropper post about 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago. That is insane. I bought this in the summer of 2018. This dropper post has essentially sat on this bike and been used on this bike with no service, no maintenance, nothing. It has sat right there and has gone up and down. No issues at all. The only things I have done to this, I have changed the cable housing color because I wanted orange instead of black. And then I also decided to run the cable internal on the top tube instead of how I had it before, where it was zip tied underneath. Those are the only changes I have made to this dropper post. So there's a couple things I mentioned in my first initial review, and that was that there's a little bit of play in the saddle. I mean, that's still there. I wouldn't say it's gotten any worse play since I've been, since 4 years ago when I got it. So that still has a little bit of play. Does make a little bit of noise now, which is kind of weird when I put like weight on it, when I put pressure on it when I'm like climbing up a hill. It does make a little bit of noise, which is kind of weird. I don't know where that's coming from exactly, but it does make a little bit of noise. Other than that, this dropper post has been great. This dropper post, and anything you look for the cheapest version of, you need to realize a couple things. You're not going to get a perfect product out of the box. You're going to get something that's going to have a little bit of issues. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be as nice as your buddy's dropper post they spent $800 on. It's not going to be that nice. There's going to be little issues. I've seen people be upset that there's a little bit of wiggle in the saddle. Yeah, it's going to happen, whatever. It's not a big deal. You don't really notice that wiggle when you're riding at all. It's just when you're off the saddle and you're sitting next to your bike and you go, oh, let's check the seat, and it moves. That's it there. Other thing, they don't make it anymore. As far as I'm aware, this seat post, this TransX dropper post I bought 4 years ago, doesn't exist. TransX has massively changed their line since that first video. When I made that first one, I believe they only had this dropper post, and that was it. Only this one, externally routed, that was it. Now they have a bunch that are internally routed, so it goes down through the frame at the bottom. They have the manual one with the lever underneath. They have a couple different versions, but they only have one like this, and it's not exactly the same as this. So that is the other thing you need to think about when you buy a cheaper product is, yeah, sometimes it's not gonna be around for very long. So that's one thing to think about for sure. However, one thing I did notice is most of the, middle level mountain bikes that you find now, trail bikes that come with a dropper post, guess what brand is on them? TransX. Yeah, it's pretty funny. When I did my whole demo day in South Lake Tahoe, 2 of the bikes I rode, TransX dropper posts. They were internally routed and a different lever on them, the upgraded lever that I actually don't like. But anyways, they had that on there, and it's kind of funny that they come on bikes now. You could not find a bike at the price point you're finding bikes with dropper posts 4 years ago. Didn't exist. You were stuck with just a solid seat post. Now you can buy, somewhere in the $2,000 range, and they have a dropper post on them. Kind of crazy. So that's my updated review of this dropper post. Ultimately, it works great. I like this. I'm gonna keep riding it. There's nothing wrong with it. What we're doing today is we are going to actually take this seat post out of the bike. We're gonna put it on the workbench, and we're gonna see, can you actually service this seat post? Is there anything you can actually change or adjust in the seat post? Again, I installed this 4 years ago. I don't remember anything about this seat post. All I can tell you is I tried to go on TransX's website, look for a service manual or service parts. They don't offer a service manual for this. The only things they have a service manual for that I found was the lever. They don't have anything for the actual dropper post itself. They do sell replacement cartridges, but you have to have it specific to the one that's in your dropper post. I don't know what's in this dropper post, so I don't really know if they have one available. Last thing, I don't remember what this looked like 4 years ago when I installed the seat. The seat clamp covers up anything on the top, so I don't know if there's a bolt on the top. I don't really know what's underneath here. So we're gonna pull this out and take a look to see if there's even any adjustability other than the cable, and see if there's even a possibility of servicing this in the future. So let's get you guys a little closer. I'll show you how to take this cable off. That way you can get it off yourself, and then we'll get right over to the workbench and get working on this thing. So now the seat post, if you've installed this, you know how to do the cable already. Right here, this is where your cable end goes into. It's a little nice container on the outside, a little cover on it. all I use, little tiny flathead screwdriver. You can use anything like this, a little pick, whatever you got. You just want to slide that in there, and you just want to pop this little cover off so that you can access the end of the cable. There we go, just like that. That should be able to slide down there. And then once you're inside, you can kind of see there's that cable end on your cable right there, right in the middle. The way you get this to work really well, you can pull on the cable housing right here at the bottom, pull it straight out, and you'll see that actually started to come out right there. And you just want to hold this plastic piece inside that's holding the end of the cable, and pop, out goes the cable. You are set, no more cable attached. You put that down in there, that'll keep it nice and secure, and you are set to take your dropper post off. After that, release your seat clamp, and we'll bring it over to the workbench to get working on it. So I got you guys over at the workbench here. So of course we got the seat post right there, all looking good. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a paper towel here, and we're just going to wipe off all this extra grease and dirt and who knows what else is on here. That way it's nice and clean to work with. We're not getting our hands all greasy. So let's see what we got here. That's the size. That's how far in it goes. Let's see. It's got the two clamps. I don't know if there's a bolt up here at the top. There could be. But there's that, and then there's, looks like, a cap down here. Do not open the cap before reading user manual. We're gonna open it. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's get a wrench real quick. There we go, squeeze down, and... oh, that really wasn't on there that tight. Cool, so we will unscrew this cap. Okay, so nothing in there. In here... okay, so there's like a ribbon string here with some adjustment. So is that this? Okay, so when you pull the cable, that's what actually activates it right there. So I guess I could see this cable, or it's not even a cable, it's like a string is what it is. I could see that potentially getting loose, you know, over time, and you know, maybe, you know, coming loose and that causing some problems, you know, with it loosening up or not popping all the way up or something like that. Okay. So that's the bottom. I mean, that has no adjustments at all. Okay, so let's pop the seat off. Let's see if there's anything on the top. We got these off. Oh, so there is. Okay. That is a tiny little Allen key right there at the top. Ah, bolts are coming all the way out then. Okay, let's try 3. I don't think it's a 4. 3 fits. It was a little loose. Do we dare take it all the way out? I think we dare. Okay. Does that just hold this top part on maybe? Oh, that holds, that centers something in there. Maybe the piston? Okay, I think we got it. Alright, good. Woo! Thought we were gonna be without a seat post for a second there. Ooh, that was a close one. Alright. So let's get this guy. I'm just curious, if we tighten this up, will this maybe get rid of some of our play in the saddle? Or is there something else going on too? It still has the same play there. So I mean, it kind of looks like this comes off and apart, separate, is what it looks like. Oh, no matter how hard I try, that does not want to come off. That's the only thing that could remove this, essentially, is just that. Okay, so I went and had some water because it's freaking hot, and I thought about it, and this, again, this looks like it's supposed to move. So I thought, what if there's a little hidden set screw in there? And I went, that would be interesting. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna loosen this cable up to get this, give it some, help it loosen up near the top. That way maybe we can flip it up and see if we can see a set screw in there. So that's out of the way now. Then if we come up here, this I should now be able to move out of my way. Gosh dang, there's so much grease in here. Yep, there's our set screw. Right there. It's 2.5, guys. All right. 2.5. So let's loosen this guy up. I'm gonna go ahead and just take that whole thing out. Okay, so there's our little set screw. Then, what do you know? The whole thing just slides up. Hey, check that out. Okay. Oh, and the whole top piece comes. Okay. Is there another set? Oh, there's a set screw again. There's another one right here. Of course, it's a different size. Gosh dang. Okay. What is this? A 2? Okay, this guy's a 2. So let's undo this. Okay. Okay, and that just pops off. All right. So realistically, with those off, we should just be able to slide these off, right? Oh, maybe this bumper needs to come off too. Okay, so there's a couple of rubber bumpers here. Okay. And does it come off? Oh, heck yeah. There we go. Okay, so let's take this guy off then. There's this brass. Okay, there's 2 brass things. Oh, okay, so these brass right here, these pieces of brass right here would actually slide up and down the dart post. There's actually 2 slots for these. So those would actually slide up and down. Now, that was really easy. Okay, screws out. So does this whole cartridge comes out. Check that out. Dude, that's literally like a trunk strut. For a car. So guys, that's what's inside your dropper post and how it works. So we're gonna clean all this up. So we need to replace your cable, or your string, I guess, right there. It's a little set screw. Little set screw right there. Comes out, should be able to replace your cable. It's not a cable, it's a string. So we now have everything cleaned up. Okay, so now we can start reassembling stuff. So this needs to go here. That was there. And we'll put this guy in. Gosh dang it. That piece is annoying. So this guy was up here. Let me get some grease. We need to grease up these points right here, because these are our sliders on this. So we need to make sure these are greased up really good, so this keeps it so it slides up and down. Right, and then it's gonna do the same deal on this. This should have the 2 big tracks. So I'm just gonna squirt some grease on here. From here, we need this needs to go down here without getting in the way of anything, without getting caught. So that's the back. Okay, so it should go on just like this. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. And after fully assembling it all back together, our drop post is completely serviced. This is awesome. Pretty much once you get it all assembled, just gotta throw your seat back on, throw back a seat post clamp, attach your cable, and you are set to go. Of course, make sure you give it a shot when it's on your bike. So push it down, let it go up, make sure it works like it should, and it seems to work fine. So that is that. If I had any key takeaways from this for you guys, is just make sure you remember where everything goes and where everything came out of. There's just a lot of pieces in here that you just need to know what order they're in, so you can put them back in the same order exactly as they came out. Realistically, this is a pretty simple process. Anybody can do this with basic hand tools. Really, all I used for this, a little flathead screwdriver to pop that off and to mess with some internals in here, and a set of Allen keys. That's all I used, and a little bit of grease. Anybody could do this service on the dropper post at home. It is definitely not the hardest thing to do. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any comments or questions, let me know down in the comments section below. Love chatting with you guys. Love answering any questions you guys have. If you did enjoy the video, give it a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching today.